K-pop demon hunters.
Why are you so late?
Late?
50,000 fans are waiting for you.
You came at a bad time, but you just crossed the line. You wanna get wild? Okay, I'll show you wild. Better come right, better let
Oh!
get into a level. Cause you might die, never the time. Trying to start a battle. Bleeding isn't in my blood. There's a good part that I love. Bleeding you is what I do, yeah. Body, naughty, naughty.
This is insane, bro. This is wild. I watched the movie. I just recently broke down Golden and I didn't watch the movie yet at that point. You guys flamed me in the comments, rightfully so, because it was absolutely amazing. It was an incredible movie. I watched it on the plane ride back from visiting my family, and we have a few more things to react to. If you haven't seen the movie or you don't understand the story, we're kind of getting thrown in a little bit here. So basically 3 women throughout history fighting off these demons and keeping them at bay. And there's this magical force field called the honeymoon. They sing, and if they make music correctly, their voices will strengthen this force field and keep the demons away from the real world. So that's their entire goal. But demons are constantly trying to stop them from singing and doing things like that. So this is the beginning of the movie. They're on their way to a concert and they realize, oh shoot. It turns out all of our people that were supposed to be flying us, like the pilot, the stewardess, all those people, weren't actually people and they were disguised as demons. So here's the demons revealing themselves. And yeah, here's their crew. You can see the stewardess, the pilot. They're quite something to look at. Super attractive. Like they should be models. I couldn't think of a joke, guys. I was trying. Couldn't think of one. Hi, my name is Jordan Orm. I'm a professional music video editor for artists like these guys. I know that about 75% of you guys don't subscribe, and we are only 12,000 subscribers away from 1 million. We gotta celebrate somehow. We're almost there. Maybe I'll do dance therapy for an hour. Maybe we'll do a Jordan Orm album and photo cards. That was a weird one. Maybe a 10-hour video of all my favorite reactions. I don't know. Let me know what you think we should do once we hit 1 million. We are so close. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It would mean a ton. Thank you so much. So we set up this insane plane boss fight, and the filmmaking in this is absolutely incredible, and I would like to break it down for you right now, especially the editing or lack of editing, therefore.
You came at a bad time.
We get some stylized split screen. It kind of starts to feel like an anime fight scene getting ready, and we have some very anime inspired editing, choreography, camera work.
Time, but you just crossed the line. You wanna get wild? Okay, I'll show you wild. Better come right.
So this right here is some of the most impressive animation camera work I've ever seen. So now anytime I react to an animated piece, you have to remember that this is not edited in the traditional way where you shoot something and then the editor gets the footage and the footage is exactly what it's gonna be and they have to edit it together. In this scenario, you actually edit first and you continue editing throughout the entire process. Camera angles can change, shots can change, camera movement, speed, all kinds of stuff can change at any given time, making the editing process so much more complicated, but it gives you complete control to do whatever you want. They've been able to use the aesthetics of filmmaking to make the best fight experience possible. So we set it up here, and then we show this nice deep space shot. And so we're gonna stick with this deep space shot with these leading lines pointing right to the middle, to the subject. That's what deep space is. And we're gonna actually contrast deep space with flat space in a second. But right here, we almost simulate a motion controlled camera rig. So I've talked about this extensively, a bolt camera wig, a bolt camera wig, a bolt camera rig. Meaning that it's a robot camera that has super fast motion controlled camera moves pre-programmed into it. So there's like essentially no editing, it's just the camera moving really fast. So we zoom out, go to the right, and bro, look at this freaking move that Zoe pulls, bro. Look at this thing. She goes under him, a little 360. John Cena, bro, with the takedown. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then we flip to the other side and then go back to the middle, all right? You see that? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Now, that's freaking awesome. And now this is like the first cut in a while after this super insane camera movement. And we cut on action. And then we cut to a reverse of her finger going up, going, and we cut on that action, which makes the cut feel so much more seamless. So if you take anything away from this video, just remember to cut on action. It helps so much. I'm gonna show you a couple other examples. So we go from deep space right here. She puts her finger up, and then we kind of motion control camera rig out to the side, and now we're in flat space. So this is what flat space looks like. There's no leading lines to the middle. It's not deep. It's literally flat against a wall. And then we have a little flat space fight scene, and then we move from deep space as she throws the kettle to flat space. And it's funny too, we have this whole B plot of them making like ramen noodles the entire time, like because they're hungry. It doesn't really make much sense. Like, I don't know how they can eat so much in this movie. It's probably just really countercultural. They're probably just trying to fight the allegations, if you know what I mean, from K-pop idols not being a little too skinny. I don't know. Like, there's no cuts in this, pretty much. There's a little zoom right there. You could call that a cut, this little zoom in from the wide to the close. I would call that a cut. But then all this, one camera movement. It's just all bolt camera movement full. And then we're about to cut again. That's been a long shot, but there's been so much crazy camera movement within that action. And then we're gonna cut on action right here to this wide with more flat space as she just pounds this dude's head into the chair. That's insane. So this is K-pop Demon Hunters, but I have been also starting to break down other videos that are more American music videos, just a bigger variety of things, as well as talk about editing specifically. So if you're trying to build your career, if you want more of my thoughts about creativity and life, I have a second channel just called Jordan Orm, but lowercase, and it's linked in the description. So head over there, subscribe. I'll see you there soon. Oh. Okay, and then again, we throw the kettle, and where do we cut? On action of the kettle flying towards the camera or flying, like any kind of movement, that's the time to cut in the middle of that movement. And then we go from deep space to flat space to, I don't know, this isn't even a term, but 360-degree space, where we are in a spinning camera movement for a while. Spin, and then we speed ramp between shots. So it kind of feels like there are multiple shots, but the camera movement just blends so perfectly because it's animation. You can control literally everything. Speed ramping between cuts is also super duper helpful. So speed ramp, speed ramp, speed ramp. You guys have to wait 3 minutes. All right, it's not ready yet. Those noodles are too crunchy. I know you're hungry, but they're too crunchy. Dude, this is crazy. Also, this is a great creative way to show, because this is the beginning of the movie. It's a great way to help the audience learn the names. Mira, Rumi, Zoe, of each of the demon hunters. We have a nice zoom every time they draw their demon hunter weapon. We get a nice sound effect and shh, and it kind of fully reveals it. That's a nice, it's a nice editing language. Okay, there's some anime-inspired split screen right. I also think of Scott Pilgrim versus the World, which is also anime-inspired. The way you actually execute this, we have 3 different slices on done, done, done. And we have, usually you start here and you have like a certain weird shape that you create or a sideways split screen. And then you mask out every single shot. So if you look at it frame by frame, we just start with the corner and then slowly mask in every shot. And then the same with this one. We start in this, well, this one actually just pops on. But it generally starts from this corner and then fully pops on, and then this one starts from, yeah, this one just pops in too. Well, I guess it looks like it's starting from the top. So it starts from the top and then kind of fully slides down. Usually it seems like kind of in the direction that the actual swipe or slice is coming from. This is so creative too, the different lights. This slow motion was such an interesting choice because the music is like very like, there's a ton of busyness in it, and slow motion kind of doesn't match to that, so it creates this peanut butter jelly effect, and it kind of brings you into a trance, which then will snap you right out of it for this moment. So we're into this like stylistic trance right here, and then we just get bopped out of it right here. So we were in like real cool K-pop demon hunter land. They had everything in control, they were killing it, and then all of a sudden, boom, the lights come up, they realize, oh no, something else has gone wrong. This is such a good way to reveal the problem at hand. Lots of times you do want to use camera movement to reveal new information. So we don't want to use camera movement for no reason. We want it to enhance the scene and not to detract from it. A creative way to reveal how bad it really is you have this close-up where it looks like it's fine, there's nothing wrong, and then you cut out and you're like, oh, okay, that's definitely not good. You cut out again and you're like, okay, yeah, that's really not good. And then you get this sort of cartoonish thing, you know, when someone just jumps off a cliff and they just hang for a second and then fall. That is what you get here. And cutting out just matches the beat really well and feels nice. So it's so well done.
Yeah, this plane's trash.
Okay, let's do this.
Yeah, something about when you come from the ground that's so humble and high. Come to you bigger than but to continue it, nothing to us. One if you're done, we come up from sun up to sun, so come out to play. One in a way, we wanted a million, we kill it, but really you want it okay.
Like, again, they're basically not cutting. Like, there's so much choreography and camera movement where you could say like, yeah, this kind of feels like a new shot and this kind of feels like a new shot. But when you're able to control the camera movement to a T, you can just move the camera wherever you want as they're falling and keep it one really long take, which is pretty fun. So we go from the wide, one single cut to the close-up, and then we're staying here and using different action to move the camera around. Like, it's still one shot, except right when she throws this, and then we cut right here. And this cut is good because it actually creates comedy where something unexpected happens. She throws the mirror, all right? She like has the mirror, she throws it. And then you just cut to this next section where, you know, she's riding the demon and, you know, getting her hair and makeup ready because they're about to perform, so they gotta get ready. But then a joke happens, and this is why we cut. All of a sudden, we zoom in and the mirror just happens to come in front of her face perfectly so she can actually use it as she's getting ready. And that's hilarious. That is not something you would have expected to happen in real life. And so that cut was actually purposeful. Cut, joke. It's like a setup and a payoff. And then, you know, we already made that joke, so we don't need to cut this time, so we just follow the mirror to Zoe. I mean, she was trying to get him to model too. I mean, like, he was getting his makeup did. I mean, done. Sorry. For some reason that came out. I love that, bro. I was so taken aback when they crash into the stage and then you use like the smoke flying towards the camera as a transition point, and then it's like demons, and I was like, oh, wait a second. Did they not make it? What's going on? Like, what's the drama? You start to get a little bit concerned, and then you zoom out, you get this nice backlight into the smoke, which will actually make them look huge, and as just a cinematic frame, this says so much about how powerful they are, how elusive they are, how the demons are just hopeless and they're just submissive in this context. Boom! Cool costume. Bro just got killed and they screamed with joy? That part of the movie kind of concerned me. Like, what did they think happened? There was a dude that you thought was in a costume, and then something flew at him and he disappeared. Like, were you just high at the concert? Like, I don't know. But they seemed so excited that he just got murdered. I don't know. That was interesting. Again, cutting on action. What was the action? She kicks towards the lens. A perfect time to cut. Boom! And we use that as motivation to zoom in to the next shot. Bro, same. Frick. She just kept going up with that, bro. Like that they are literally me. That's gonna be my thumbnail face. That was impressive singing. Same. Okay, there's the whole moon. It's starting to form. They're suppressing those demons because they're singing. Okay, so now this part is not in the movie. Actually, I think in the movie this song's only about, yeah, it kind of ends a little bit early. But now Netflix is using this part of the music video as like a little trailer to just get you excited about the movie. And it's really good. You should watch it. And I love that. I love having quick cuts, having chaos, having just everything break loose at the end and make that be the climax moment. So then when you just smack them with the logo at the end, the audience just is like, because of how crazy it was just before, you get them excited. And I think this is so well done. If you want more like this, you can also follow me on Instagram. And if you want to be a pro editor, go check out my video on how to build the perfect editing career. I'll see you there. God bless you. Peace.